Hey guys, welcome to another reading, another business reading. I'm in a different spot here. So I am actually going to be doing Reiki training here. I rented this cute little Airbnb and yeah, I'm super excited. It's like the cutest little vibe I've ever seen. But I'm actually just going to kind of move this so then I can move the microphone a little closer. Yeah, so we're gonna do a business reading. Now, I am going to be posting a little bit more on the channel this week, like an extra video. I'm a little bit behind, not gonna lie. And I do want to get some things out for you guys. So I'm trying to like kind of get back on track. But for today, we're going to take a look at the energy, see what you need to know. We're starting March, so let's see what the energy is for March around business, career, money. What is it that we need to know? What is it that we need to know? Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram if you're not already. Post quite a bit of other stuff over there, which is wonderful. Different kind of like education stuff. I also have a Substack that I'm going to be Substack's great because I'm going to be doing a monthly kind of recap post, so it'll give you kind of all of like what's happening here on YouTube, which, you know, YouTube doesn't always update people depending on what's happening. So let's dive into your reading here since we're almost 2 minutes in. We have held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. And then we have lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess here for this soul call and gather. And then we have Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. So I feel like there's a lot of, well, like what you're trying to do within your business, within your career, even just within your life. Like, even if this is like, okay, I have financial goals because I want to do certain things, you have this call for a reason. And I feel like there's like something destined in the sense of like spirit is even trying to help you co-create this, right? It's like I also feel like for some of you, you're in this kind of like cocoon phase. You haven't quite yet birthed everything out into the world. So I feel like you might not even be seeing the support that you're getting because it's like very internal. So you're not having maybe external changes right now, but the internal process is starting to shift for you. And so there's kind of this sense of you getting support kind of in the background. And I feel like this is because you're kind of in this gestation period. You're in this period of like, okay, like not quite yet. If you look, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but it's like this woman is in almost like a womb space, and it looks like this elder is like has their hands kind of coming down over her, right? So like here's the woman, and then there's the elder with the hands, and it's like this light is coming down onto her. So it's like I feel like there's energetic changes and shifts that are going on within you that spirit is helping you with and helping you shift, because there is a purpose to what it is that you're doing, and there is a purpose to like what it is that you're doing. And for some of you, there's like maybe in your lineage there could be other people who have tried to go down this path, or who, like, let's say maybe you, I don't know, you come from a line of tarot readers and you're now maybe making like a business out of it or something. It's like there's something where it's like your ancestors or maybe people in your lineage have done this work as well, but it's like the way in which you're doing it or how far you're taking it is maybe a little bit deeper, a little bit different. Let's grab some of these. We also have at the bottom of this deck, and interesting because she looks like she's in a cocoon again. It says, codes of the seeds, the blueprint is within you, take the next step. And so I feel like you're getting ready to take this next phase or this next step in your process. Yeah, we have faith with Vesta here. What else do we have? This one fell out. North Node, purpose. Yeah, there's a direction. There's a direction that you're meant to be going. I feel like you are going in it. I think it's just a matter of like staying the course because again, I don't really feel like you're having external changes right now. You're having more of the internal changes. So you might be feeling like, yeah, I feel different. I feel like I'm shifting, but I'm not seeing the results of that in my physical world. And that's okay. The physical world takes a little bit longer for us to catch up to, or not us. We can shift our energy faster than the 3D world can kind of catch up. And that's because there's a lot of density and heaviness around here. And so if like in the 3D world, so if we are able to clear our own sense of self, our energy can shift and then these things start to show up in our world kind of later on. And so that's what I help women do in their businesses is shift that internal state, shift the energetics so that you can then start to see your physical world start to change without having to like, not that you don't have to do things because you do still have to take action. You still do have to like, move forward in ways, but you don't have to force it, right? Because you just start to shift and then things just start to come into your awareness. You're more open to seeing new things, new opportunities. So it's like that. But the 3D world can take some time to kind of catch up to that energy shift within yourself. I'm like wondering where my volume is on my microphone. I never really checked that. Let's see. One more of these cards and we'll move into some tarot. Yeah, we have a square with challenge here. So you might be struggling with that, like with that having to wait. We do have eighth house with evolution. You're evolving. I think this is where it's like you're struggling with like the reality not catching up. And I think this is where you're having and needing to have faith that not only that things are working for you, but that like things are happening in the background. That like change is happening. It's just that it's happening in a realm, in an energetic space that you can't physically see with your eyeballs, right? You are on the right path. I just saw judgment, which is all about purpose at the bottom of this deck. Yeah, you're on the right path, but you're having to trust that you're doing the right things. So let's get some tarot. What do we need to know about this energy for March? Money, career. We have the Six of Swords. So yeah, there's like this transition, this shift. You are moving to a better space. Like you are moving to a space where things are going to feel a little bit more at easeful. And I think this is like because again, you're shifting your energy. And so there's you're shifting your energy. And so it's like by you shifting your energy, you're starting to see the shift. You're starting to feel like things are going to get a little bit easier. I also feel like there's an element with the Six of Swords of like, again, that faith, but like allowing yourself to be guided, allowing yourself to shift and move. It's like allowing yourself to be guided by your intuition, but also be guided by spirit and your spiritual team, right? So if you feel called to do things or move in certain directions or move away from things or move into things, like follow that. What else here? Interesting. We have the devil energy, which I can't really fully show. We also have the Eight of Pentacles. Give me one more here. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Okay, there's something here where you are you're working very hard. You might be a very hard worker. And this might almost, in some ways, you might feel stuck in the working hard. You might feel stuck in the everyday grind of what it is that you're doing. And I feel like there's something here around things becoming easier for you. And it's like you're trying to receive results, money, clients. Maybe you're trying to even help people. This could be you helping people. Like you're wanting things to move forward in your business. You're wanting things to shift in your business. But I almost feel like you're working super, super freaking hard. And either you're having to break that pattern I'm feeling with the Devil card here and the Eight of Pentacles. Like you might be overworking, maybe working too much. I just saw 1111. You might be working too much, or if it's not that you're working too much, it's that you're working really hard right now and you're like, when do I get the breakthrough? When do I get the shift? When do I get to take a break? But things start to flow and things start to move easier. And I feel like that's coming for you. You might be in a situation where you have to like put in a lot of effort right at this moment. And so I'm going to give you an example of that is like basically with like, let's say you were creating a course. You have to do all the legwork initially. You got to create the course to start. But then once the course is created, then you just have to sell it and promote it and teach it, right? And that is we'll say the easier part. But it's like once it's created one time, then all you're doing is tweaking it. You're not having to recreate the wheel every single time you go to do it, right? So it's kind of something like that. But some of you are overworking, and I feel like it's about you shifting out of that energy, you shifting into this space of like things flow to you with ease. You're receiving, you're attracting, you're able to create and attract abundance without having to like force things or not having to overwork or deplete yourself. And I feel like that's where maybe this challenge is. It's like you're struggling because you're putting in so much work. You might feel tired, exhausted, and you're like questioning, is this the path? Is this the journey? I feel like it is. But there's something about it like it's either going to be a temporary space of like it feeling heavy and hard. And if it's not that, it's that you're having to learn or unlearn how like this like working hard in the sense of like doing too much. It's almost like you're too much in your masculine energy and you're needing to kind of like soften a little bit into the feminine to allow yourself to actually receive. And so you might be doing a lot of things, but you feel like you're not really getting anything from it. And that's because you're needing to learn this receptivity piece. Anything else here with this energy? Yeah, Queen of Wands. So you're stepping into your power here. I think you're like learning about that, like learning Ten of Cups. Like that's how you're going to create this vision. This is going to help be, sorry, I'm just like sitting on the floor here. It's going to how you're going to create the dream come true is by stepping into your power, owning your power, owning your feminine energy. And this is a hard thing to learn. If this is an element, and trust me, because I've had to learn this myself, is this like softening and this receiving. Now, one thing I will say is like by doing energetic work or by doing, like energy work, subconscious work, nervous system work, things like that, that again, they allow you to soften. A lot of the techniques are softening techniques. And so even like on my channel, there's meditations, there's subliminals. Those are all ways that you can start to shift your vibration, shift your energy into more of this like receiving place. So to help kind of get you out of that go, 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 do type of phase in your business. But I really feel like you're going to be able to create this dream. Now, again, it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. And I think that you need to keep reminding yourself of that. And this is where it gets hard to stay in the feminine energy because it's like, oh, things take time. And then we're like, it's not happening. And I have to do all these things now. I have to like force myself to like work and do more because it's not showing up in my reality. And I think what you're really needing to do is in those moments of panic, of like, it's not happening, needing to trust yourself and trust the process and trust the divine, and maybe lean on your spiritual team a little bit more in those moments, instead of feeling like you have to do it all and take control of the situation, if that makes sense. I think I want to get some final messages from the Sacred Forest Oracle. I love this deck. Okay, final messages here for this reading. We have Sanctuary. Oh, we got a few here. Yeah, like that transformation at the bottom, and we had that evolution. Things are shifting for you. Things are shifting. But I feel like it's like behind the scenes. Both of those cards being at the bottom of the deck, it's like it's behind the scenes. Yeah, we have expansion here. We also have renewal. We have refuge, and then we have that sanctuary. So with refuge and sanctuary, I feel like there's really creating this safe space, a little bit of like retreating energy. I feel like this is the slowing down, the nervous system stuff, the energetics, those types of things. And this is like the space within yourself. This is not necessarily like, it doesn't have to be a physical space that you go to. This is like creating your internal world. So it's a place of calm, a place of rest, a place of peace. And then with this renewal and this expansion, that's what's going to help you renew your energy, shift your energy, feel lighter, feel like there's space in your energy, in your life, and your capacity. You have more capacity, and that's going to allow you to expand. Sometimes we're so bogged down with the things that we have to do and the work and the this and the that we don't even energetically have the space for new things to come in, for the expansion to happen, because we're already at our max, right? We're already at our max capacity. And I feel like if you can start to work on this energetic piece, this is going to not only help you make more money and stuff like that, but I feel like this is going to help you feel like your purpose and what you're working towards is actually starting to move forward in your life. So it's like going to feel like there's actually the shift is happening. And again, you're going to get those physical manifestations faster because you are allowing them to come in and you have the space for them to come in. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Hopefully that was helpful and supportive. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will be back next week for another reading. I may or may not do another one while I'm here because I just love this space and love this energy in this space. So we'll see after a day of teaching what I'm feeling like. I am gonna put it in the comments if you're in the caption or description, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Pardon my French. If you are interested in like an online level 1 Reiki training, if you're interested in learning that even for yourself or for like your clients or something like that, I will put I have like a wait list, like an opt-in like of interest. So if that's something that would maybe interest you, I'll leave that down below and then you can opt into it. And once it comes available, if it comes available, I will shoot you a message when it becomes available. So that'll be down in the description box. Any of my other offers and services at this time that are open and available will also be down there. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.